What's up, fam? It's all clouded, and this is episode 32. We did kind of miss a update video last week, so we got a couple weeks to catch up on. But I did actually post the video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's basically I got lost in the sauce. Forgot that I actually had my first tower birthday. So I thought I'd actually give a review, and it's not so much a review for a lot of people that are familiar with the game, but I was kind of more thinking about it that if somebody's searching up the tower, they might look up for, reviews, long-term players, short-term players, you know how the stuff goes with people's reviews. So what have we been up to in the last few weeks? We are just keep pushing, fam. Push it. Just keep pushing. We got an extra mastery. What else did we do? We've been doing alright in tournaments. Nothing to write home about. You wouldn't be in the trenches of World War One and be sending the letter home to be updating them on your progress for how we're doing in the tournaments. But we're doing okay, fam. We are doing okay. So what we'll do, we'll spin the block and we'll get straight into it. So, for the week, what did we do? What we actually did today, we could probably start with Milestones. So, we unlocked Tier 17. Good little boost in stones. I wanted to do the other tiers, but just because of... every now and then I'll give it a little bit of a nudge after a tournament, but I did actually remove the coins from my enemy level skips. And once you're, maybe a few hundred, say like this one here, 680, this one here, 2,500. I kind of definitely want those level skips in action. I pretty much dumped it all into damage and that. And so some of these other tiers probably not worth doing, but I did unlock tier 17. What do we get in the other one? Wave 343. I was like pretty gutted because I was like, oh no, at 350 I'm sure there's a reward. Looks like it's actually 400. So another time. And we got 96 waves, so just shy off these gems up here. So that's, might as well, you're just giving them a nudge every now and then. For the stats for the week, just on that creator code, I do get a few people hit me up. Super flattered that people would like to support me. My uncle, he's still talking to Nan about giving me a creator code, so not just yet. There are plenty of good people out in the community. You definitely should support them. I think it's like on some time-based system, so if you put someone's in there, just remember that if you wanted to keep supporting them, it does refresh after some time. So stats, we are at 25 little Q. Started at August the 10th. Big fat 0 on the keys. Stones, so we're almost at 24k stones. So we're slowly getting there. Labs, 1.7. They're coming along alright. Wave skipped. That's crazy. So what have we been up to? So the needle's slowly moving with tier 11. That's about the 12-hour mark. So I do have a few things coming up at work that are changing. One of the big bosses is moving on to better pastures. So there may be some sort of restructure in that. So what I'm actually looking at is by the end of the year to have some sort of different farming style where it can be a little bit more AFK. Move away from the Orbliss and that. So I'm just trying to adjust a few things. I've been doing a few, you just call it a test, see about how AFK I can be. Because even though this version of Orbliss that I'm playing, and that quite a few people play, it's somewhat AFK friendly, it's not fully AFK. And there may be times where I won't be able to log in and I'll have to switch it out and stuff like that. I did try the new mod. Have I caught up with everyone since then? I can't even remember. But I have tried the new mod, and I did get an extra maybe 400 at the most waves out of my tier 12 run. I was just curious to see how much survivability it would give me. But then I'm also not sure if I did the test or did the trial when it was bugged or still bugged. Or if it is still bugged or isn't. I'm not really too sure. So at some stage we will revisit that mod, see how it's working. But I think it's a little bit more better if you run like Multiverse Nexus is quite strong, especially for covering shortfalls in your stones like a player like me has. You know, I'm not at 30, 40, 100,000 stones, so it's a good little bridging gap to use MVN, you know, to get perma GT and a bit more of a lower cooldown on the death wave and that. But that's something that we will, as far as that new mod goes, it's something that we'll look into. I don't think it has a place in how I play for tourneys. I think I'd be much better off just respecking and going full glass cannon. So, boom, claim. So, speaking of tourneys, we sat here this run. So, who's around me? So, my highest in Legends I've gotten is 20. And there's a lot of players here. They've either gotten easier brackets or... It's really hard to tell. Like, I've been trying to figure out... So, we've actually been doing alright in tourneys lately. And I'm thinking that maybe... It must have something to do with the enemy level skips. It has to. So, I'm thinking that a lot of these players that have gotten, like, much better rankings and stuff... they must have, like, quite a bit of lifetime coins. Quite a bit of liquid in their workshop. And having... the enemy level skips pretty much pointless unless you can invest a certain amount. I think maybe, you know, I don't know. I'm not really too sure. But look, we stayed in Legends, so we'll claim it. Boom, done. Next, thank you, sir. So for the history, so yep, means we do get another Legends run. This run here, we did alright. By the skin of his teeth. I think we held him by like 4 waves. But then also the guy ahead of me was only ahead of me by, I can't remember, but it was only a little bit. This one here, so I was super wrapped. So this is post update. 1300 waves. So I was like, sweet. The changes that they made to tourneys, my runs are like cut by almost 50% or sometimes 50%. I was like, wicked. But then I find out it was actually the knockback bug. So the minute that they patched that out, boom, straight to 1600. And I was like, oh man, if I keep going back to champs, in a matter of time that's going to be sitting at 1800 waves, 2000. It's the same thing over and over again. These ones here, so like these 2 Legends runs here, I was really close, Like I think this one here, I was only like 14 waves off actually staying in Legends. Like we were super compressed. Now, are they soft brackets? Are they not? Don't know. You know, it's all RNG and stuff. But, so what do I think's made the difference in it? I honestly can't think of anything. The only thing that's changed in my build is the addition of Chronofield. Just actually putting stones into it, and it's still a pus Chronofield. It's not super strong, but it is helping. It's helping. You know, it's better than nothing. So that's tourneys. Event, I did just literally before this complete whatever those missions are, the annoying ones, the nuke one, the other one. Damn it, forgot to get the pass. Pick up the pass after this. Here we are. Got a few stones left over for the next event, but I think I've only put like a click here in the old golden bot. But now the golden bot's got plenty of wiggle room after the update. This one could go all the way to 8x. So that's where we are for events. Guild, smashing it like always. I think most people's stores. Hold on a minute, we'll check on the Guardian. Oh, we got some bits. What do I do? Cooldown? Cooldown. Cooldown? We'll just roll like that. Yeah, well, that's what it is now. Store. I think most people's stores are going to be looking like this. You know, starting to own the different banners and that. These ones here are pretty buzzy, eh? Like you actually see, is it this one? The background one. You actually see like the choppers and that going past. It's pretty buzzy. This Pixel Soldier guy looks pretty cool too. Little Rambo man. Still got to pick up the other stuff. Yeah, so, you know, still got 42 days. You know the drill, fam. We just keep humming. Workshop, what has changed? Nothing. Big fact, 0. Enhancements are still the same. I think if anything, I've actually pulled coins out of enhancements. Here's how this tab's looking. I kind of do want to like get an extra level in this, get an extra couple levels in that, and it's just around it because, you know, respec and all that other jazz. So I do actually want to put a little bit more in it, but I am super broke. I am broke as hell at the moment. So how does the UWs look? So with that last tourney, now I know I said, or I know other players say as well, to do your whole duration buzz first, but bro, at the rate that I was doing it up, Chronofield was absolutely useless. Like, at least at the moment, I can actually feel something is going on. So after that tourney, we want to go boom, lads. Boom, 50%. We have enough for another click. Dump. Now we're back to being poor. That's all goods though. It's all goods. I'm going to take this to 55. And then at least it means in farming runs I'm covered. And hopefully one day I'll get an Ancestral core. And I'll be able to roll for the duration. And it'll just mean that every time we have the ultimate weapon battle condition, that'll be the only time that, you know, I'll be gritting my teeth. But at the moment, so here's the UWs. Now, what I think the plan is going forward, I know poverty angle, poverty bonus, all the rest. We will get there. We will get there. I'm just trying to keep pushing and trying to stay focused. So, what is the plans at the moment? I kind of want inner landmines. Like I need to get to GT Plus. Now I'm still 3 weapons away. So if you're unsure what that looks like, to get GT Plus, it's over 7,000 stones. Boom. How about that? 7,000 stones. I am sitting on a big fat 80. So I think I worked it out that at like 400, and I think, you know, conservatively, because you do get the other things with the weekly boxes and all that other jazz, but I think we're looking at about 17 weeks if I was to push it. So if I started now, I don't even know how many weeks till Christmas, but I don't even think I'd have it by Christmas. So I'm trying to think about, look, I got to get to GT Plus, but what's some other stuff that I could pick up on the way? So even when we get like ILM and the landmines, I will put, you know, a modest little bit of stones into it. Just give it a bit of love, bit of quantity, a little bit of cooldown to help and stuff like that. And then we might pick up other stuff along the ways. Because at the moment, like, everything's so expensive in enhancements. Like, the bang for buck that I'm getting is bugger all. That I kind of want my coins to go to something. Now, speaking of kind of want my coins to go to something, our coins have been going to something. So let's take a look. We got... Where is it? No! Boom! We got it! We got it, fam. Recovery package. Mastery. Super stoked with this. Have I noticed it hard out? I don't know. Probably not, but all I know one thing, it is killing me on the coins. But at the moment, all I was doing was just like pumping all my coins into damage, respecking, and then getting bugger all from the utility side of enhancements, like where you buy your coins and your free ups and your enemy level skips and stuff like that. So I was just like, oh man, I need to put these coins somewhere where I'm gonna like get a little bit more bang for buck. And why not start the snowball rolling and get the recovery mastery? So on my way to GT Plus, I feel like I may or may not want to pick up a few things. Now I know guys. What's the point in having the mastery if you can't bloody afford it, and you could save those stones and it could be better contributing, blah blah blah. I know, trust me, I know. But there's a few masteries in here that you could pick up some low-hanging fruit, so at least your coins are working for you, and you know, you could be getting a little bit of a moderate benefit from it. Now, I may be right or wrong. I'm not really too sure. That's why I'm not saying anything set in stone and what I want to do from the mastery point. But at the moment, yep, this recovery package chance is absolutely killing me for coins, and it is what it is. Haha, take that. That's what you get. So I'm getting roughly around that three little Q a week. What's the little Q? Quadrillion? 3 quadrillion a week. Maybe give or take, might be higher, might be lower, I'm not really too sure, but somewhere around there. So it does mean that I have to save up. Like, I can't just be like level after level or multiple masteries, that sort of thing. But I can still pick up some, you know, I can still get help from it, if that makes sense. Now on the moddy side, so on the mods, so we're at level 57, level 158, and we have been pursuing to get this, to get the last bloody copy, to take it to Mythic. Now I don't think like I'll keep rolling till it's Ancestral, but I just wanted to have it at Mythic, so then I know that I'm only 4 copies away from an Ancestral. Now they might be right or wrong, and I might be like, damn it, I don't know how I could get use out of this. Like ages ago, when I was farming with, where is it? This? Because this was my only Ancestral mod. I think it would have been like absolutely outstanding. But now we got MVN. Now MVN's looking all goods. I don't really know how much of a home it has. And I really want this. Bro, this has been 1 copy off, I think, for rolling on maybe close to 4 months now. It's absolutely killing me. But we do have some gems, so let it rip. What's this one? BA. Another hit. I've had a little bit of bad luck lately. I think we can actually sit there and have a laugh. Look at that. Oh. But I've actually been getting everything but the new module. So it's a bit of a good one. Look at that. All the blues and whites. So I actually, in the process, I picked up another star. Where is it? Picked up another star on this. And I actually got this to Ancestral, which is pretty cool. Like, there will be, once I get into landmines, there will be some battle conditions that I will need to run this. And maybe at some stage, if I look to adjust my build and try to copy what some other people are doing, there may be a home for this. So yeah, pretty stoked we got that. It means that we can get ancestral rolls for it. And let's see what Murgisons we can get. We'll knock those off. Boom. Yes! I didn't even realize I was that close. Yes, fam. We can finally farm. Let's go. That's 2 ancestrals in a week. That means we can actually farm with an ancestral gun. Bro, let's go. Shall I roll it with yous? Oh, I'll roll it with yous anyway. Boom. That means we're going to get a nice jump in damage. So, I'm wondering if I have any bands. Bro, I don't even have any bands. Still, doesn't mean we can't, Doesn't mean we can't try to see if we can get something good out of it. So what do we want? Attack speed, crit chance. So we do want attack speed now. There's probably an argument for multi-shot targets to actually be better. Take the bounce shot off, bounce shot range, that. Is that what we want? Yeah, we'll just roll with that for now. I kind of want like crit chance and crit factor to be mainly first, but I'm absolutely happy if I pick up the other stuff. There is like an actual priority list if you want to go like that deep into it. But we'll just see what we can get. See if we can get anything nice. So yeah, I really, it's not like I really want to go glass cannon, but I really want to go for something. I really want to go for some sort of blender style. It's like super AFK, super kickback. I'm just not really sure how that looks. Like, I mean, if I had GT Plus, I could just shred in any sort of build, and it would kind of be all goods. But yeah, so I'm just kind of in this weird spot. So for the meantime, the best thing I can do is just keep pushing. If I just keep pushing, just keep doing my thing, you know, keep participating in tournaments, keep participating in guild events and everything like that. Like we're gonna be good. What I might actually do is, because this will take a while, is I'll just pause the vid and I'll get back to you with how we did. Super crit chance? I mean, maybe. Oh god, and that's what we ended up with. That was horrible. Horrible luck. I swear I got everything except for these two. Suppose we'll just leave it there for now. See what we get to. Yeah, that was a bit of a letdown. But so if we look at that, so that's 7.88, and if I put my other gun on, so it's a smidge higher. It's a smidge higher. But you can also get the higher rolls having higher crit factor. Because what is it at Mythic? 12. Oh yeah, so a few points there. Higher crit chance. I mean, even at that crit chance, even at Mythic, I'm over the crit chance and that. So you don't really need the Ancestral Vision. I don't really know. That's just generally what I go for. Generally I go for crit chance, then crit factor, then something with the super crit like the multiplier, etc. And then I'll pick up whatever else after there. So like multi-targets, you know, probably attack speed or something like that. Everything else in the modules is all goods. We did try some of this, and I really did want to wait to roll this once it hits 161, which we're just kind of around the corner, maybe a month or so off getting 161. I did try it in an Orb Devo, I did try it in an Orbless. Yeah, I still got a bit of work to do before it's viable for me, but we are still trying. But every time we try, we get a little bit better at it. So that's us for the moddies. Labs. See, this is annoying how it does this. I don't know why it does that. Speed up. Yeah, every now and then it turns it off. Not really sure what that is. I thought I might as well just finish this off. This is just filling a gap. Attack speed, I'm probably just going to go full send. Especially with the changes to attack speed. Because I just run like tourneys, everything. I just run it full send. Milestone runs. I just leave the speed right up. And just figure it out from there. And the only time I'll slow it down is if I need to do something. Like if I'm running nuke. If I need a window when I need to pop demon mode, that sort of things. And then this one here, recovery package mastery, boom, killing me. Absolutely killing me. Super expensive, but haha, that's what you get. and actually just wrap that. We're generating enough coins in the process to every now and then throw a level into it. So for the history, here's what we've been up to with what's the date? Is it really the 31st? 31st. So we'd actually have to go back, what, roughly to the 14th or 15th to see what we've been up to. So here's what we've been up to in the last couple weeks that we missed. So if you feel like it, take a pause. Is it the last couple weeks? I don't even know. This is what we've been up to. Oh, over here we did finish up everything to do with Chronofield. So max out the range. I didn't max out the damage reduction though. Not at this stage. Maybe once we see like how things are changing in the meta, especially with the new fleet sort of system in there, and people are switching up some stuff in tourneys. A lot of the bigger guys are putting a little bit more EHP into their build so they can at least take some hits. I think that's maybe where hybrid may or may not go. I'm way far away from it, so I'm kind of speaking out of pocket if I'm talking about how things are up there with the other tower gods. But you know, I do keep my ears open, and it seems like, you know, maybe if hybrid did come back, wouldn't come back in a traditional way that we might know, where you're just relying on thorns and whatever to tank heaps of hits, but maybe you might be able to tank like 1 or 2 hits or something and kind of carry on with the process. So maybe it's that sort of version of a hybrid coming back. We did put a little bit more into range because I did max out the shockwave size sometime whenever this week. So we maxed out the, oh, not maxed out the range lab, but we set up the range so that I could have it at a certain level and I get good coverage from shockwave and rah-de-rah-de-rah. Here's where we started the package mastery. So a couple days ago, yeah, only like 3 or 4 days ago. So we've got another level in there, and that's where we are. And lab coin discount, because why not? Yeah, why not? I mean, I may take it to like 60 or something like that. You know, a lot of people stop around 50 or even before that. But, you know, they may or may not be progressing a hell of a lot faster than what I am. I do have like a bit of a window where I can just, because I'm moving quite slow, I feel like I'm moving quite slow. Like a good example is I've been bouncing in and out of legends and champs, high champs, or taking out, you know, the brackets or whatever. I've been bouncing in between for honestly since like January or February this year. So 6 or 7 months or 8 months I've been bouncing in and out. And you know, it's one of those ones where, yep, I'm improving, I'm getting stronger, but everyone else around me is too, and they're getting way stronger, way faster than I am. So I'm kind of just in this awkward little spot. So hopefully things start improving on the tournament front, and hopefully we're doing some good things, because it is super important for me to not do champs run, mainly because of the time. Like I'll lose a farming run. Like it's annoying, you know, especially if I have to do it in the middle of the week. It's annoying. I've got life that I have to tend to. I don't want to be sitting there watching a run that goes for 1 or 2 hours or more. So that's kind of why I want to get out of it. I don't really care about the rewards and all that. It's just for what do you call it? Quality of life. That's the bloody word. So I did unhide completed. So here's some of the stuff that I favorited. Maybe some of the stuff needs to go, but I just leave it up there anyway. We maxed out the lab speed. I think I did put it as a thumbnail a couple weeks ago. So that hit right on my first tower birthday. You know, within a day or two. I actually think on the day, I gem rushed the last little bit. Spent a couple 100 gems just to say that I finished it on my tower birthday, and it would take roughly around a year. So for context, I hit it pretty hard Like, I feel like I did really well with my labs pretty early, and that's because I run Blender or Perma Black Hole or stuff like that quite early. So I was farming higher tiers. You know, it may or may not be early. I'll just say early. You know, like I didn't stay in Devo for ages or anything like that. To maximize coins, I kind of went more for the chilled playstyle, and I think it did me really well in labs. So a lot of the time it was at that 3.5x, 4x, you know, that sort of buzz. So yeah, we did pretty good. I think maybe only once or twice I actually took it out, and so all in total, it probably really took about 11 months. And that's just solidly given a designated slot. So here's the rest of my labs. Feel free to pause. Health labs are quite high. But yeah, feel free to take a pause if you want to see anything. There's a few gold boxes in there. Heaps of reds. Oh, it's because I haven't unlocked it. Perks. Bots. Modules, I push modules pretty hard, so you can kind of see why I enjoy going for rare package mastery, just because how the currency system and what do you call it? I don't even know what I'm talking about. The currency system for modules like shards, rerolls, and all that. It takes so long to acquire those resources that, you know, really, if I could have, I would have even just bought at base level without labbing the rare package mastery like 2 months ago. You know, or like as soon as I unlocked it, I, you know, would have done it. But it is what it is. So that's the labs. So what are we doing this week? We are just going to keep pushing. In the background, I'll be thinking about what's some sort of farming style that I could go for. What's some sort of adjustment. And then, yeah, we'll just keep soldiering on. I do actually, what I might do, swap out this. And I'm actually going to swap it for, what's the gun? Cannon? Because we'll get a couple bands in there. 9 days. Oh, ouch. Here's something else I think I may or may not have said, or other people may, but heaps of people are doing this, switching it to 1 hour, and then when you feel like it, just swapping it over to 5. So that's something that you may consider. So just as your cells are working up and working down, you can just swap at which speed that you like it at. Yeah, so that's us. So another week, keep pushing, V27. So if you like what you see, you know the drill, fam. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can see when the next video is coming out. And as always, keep it cloudy, fam.